Hi, in this video I'm going to cover a technique which was widely used from the late 70s and throughout the 80s for bringing the bass up whenever the kick is playing. This depends on the kick part. In this case we have a 4 on the floor kick part. And the bass is quite busy. The kick is very solid. So we're just gonna boost the bass whenever the kick hits. In order to do that, we're going to insert a gate over the bass, getting its sidechain from the kick. In this case, the kick is actually part of a loop. So it's mostly playing the beats, but with some feels. The gate is gonna respond and open every time the kick hits. Now, if we solo the bass, we're gonna get something like this. We can increase the hold time to keep the gate open for a certain amount of time, let's say 50 milliseconds, 60, and then the release will make sure that it closes smoothly. It doesn't sound like anything right now, and this is because the gate's floor is set to infinite, which means that whenever the gate is closed, all the signal gets cut off. But we can increase the floor level. If we set it to 0, there'll be no gating at all. So you can look at it as almost like a mix between the gated signal and the bypass. So if we do something like that, now the overall level of the bass has gone down, so we need to compensate for that with the output level. This is still very extreme because we're reducing 20 dB in the overall bass level, so let's go for something more reasonable. Something like 4 dB will make a huge difference. And then I'm going to compensate the output level and raise it up by 4 dB. And bypass. So now the part is more even, but we don't get that kind of urgency. Here we get more movement, and we're enhancing the 4 to the floor. Maybe I can get away with lowering the floor further to, let's say, 6 dB and compensate on the output. The kick opens the gate according to the kick part, which is not just 4 to the floor. I can achieve a similar effect in a different way. So now, instead of the gate, I'm going to go for an effect that opens and closes automatically on the beat. This plugin is designed to do the exact opposite. It's designed to create a sidechain effect, as we call it. So it opens on the off beats. But I want it to open on the downbeat, so I'm going to reverse the phase. So that achieves a very similar effect, but I can play with a intensity. Let's hear this. Now, since this plugin is designed to give a kind of suction effect, it's more smooth. And so we have a longer attack and longer release. I prefer the other way. And then if I needed to just play the beats without responding to the kick feels, I can create a MIDI part which will play the quarter notes and then feed that to the sidechain of the gate. Let's do that quickly. I'm going to use a sine wave as my source. So that's all I need. I'm going to record the quarter notes, and then I'm going to loop that. I'm going to take it out of the mix bus, so we're not going to hear it through the main output bus. And then I'm going to assign the sidechain of the gate to see that input. So now we have a very solid on the beat opening of the gate. Now, if we wanted to change the ballistics of how that thing behaves, we can make the notes longer or shorter. I think that configuration will work nicely. Again, let's bring the floor to a reasonable level. I liked 4 dB. Let's try 5 dB. And 5 dB of boost to compensate. Bypass. And in. Sounding pretty good. If you like this video, you know what to do, and I'll see you on the next one.